here for hormone health classes to learn how to cook, except today we are not going to cook food. I'm actually going to show you a couple of my recipes that I use in my house to clean. And the reason is I want you to start thinking about eco-friendly cleaning. Okay, so there are more than 1,000 chemicals that have been identified as being disruptive to our hormones in this country alone. So it's interesting because when you look at other countries compared to ours, they don't allow all this stuff, but we do. So something to think about. So there's 1,000 of these disruptors that they have identified. And now recent research is showing that umbilical cord, so babies when they're born, have about 200 different chemicals in the umbilical cord. These are kids that haven't even been outside their moms. So think about how much chemicals we must have in our body if babies are coming in with just 200 chemicals. So the best we can do to get that down, to get that load off our body, that toxic load, the better we're doing. So one of the ways I like to do that is by making my own cleaning products. And it's just because you don't get all the junk that they put in them. So a lot of the stuff that we're going to be talking about today, a lot of the cleaning products, personal care, hygiene things like that, they are having things that will cause endocrine disruptors or hormone disruptors, okay? So either they're going to increase or decrease your hormones. Sometimes they'll mimic the hormones or even go into the actual receptor that the hormone is supposed to be in, and they alter production. They maybe make too much or too little. So all of these things that are external from our body are causing problems inside our body. So we really want to try to get that load down, as I said before. One of the biggest things that we see the symptoms is infertility and reproduction, okay? So I have actually had one client who went off all of the stuff that was the toxins that were coming into her through her personal care and stuff, and she got pregnant. She'd been trying for like a year. So these things do happen, but there's other reasons it causes a lot of inflammation in our body, things like that. So we really want to, I fall asleep on y'all. Worry about that. So the biggest things you want to think of in the beginning are your cleaning supplies, fragrances, which we're going to talk about just a second, and personal hygiene like shampoo, conditioner, things like that. So you don't want to throw it all out at once. As you run out of things is when you want to replace it. So think about that, okay? And by the way, these cleaning supplies are a lot cheaper than what you would get if you were buying some, so think about that too. When it comes to fragrances, something you can do right now is to get all the fragrances out of your life. So we're talking, if it's synthetic, if it's not a good essential oil, it needs to be out. So things that are plugged in the wall, right? Things that are hanging from your car rear view mirror, any kind of fragrance we got going on in your, so if you have personal care that has fragrance in it, or cleaning products that have fragrance in it, as soon as you're done with those, let's do non-fragrant, okay? Because those are one of the biggest culprits for those hormone and problems that we were talking about earlier. So to make your eco-friendly cleaners, what you want to do is have some baking soda, some borax, some Bronners soap, white vinegar, essential oils. That's kind of iffy, so I don't use essential oils in mine, but if you're somebody who likes that smell anyway and you want to add that in there, like lemon would be a good one, thieves would be a good one. Sometimes people like peppermint. Lavender is another one people really like. And salt is the other thing you want to use. So the essential oils are kind of, you put those in at your discretion, but I'm going to give you the basics for these. So here we go. I'm going to move this so you can see me making it. So we are going to start off with a tub and towel cleaner. So this is scouring powder. So what I like to do is this scouring powder I use particularly in my bathtub, okay? So in a minute, we're gonna be making a tub and towel cleaner. What I do is I put the tub and towel cleaner down, and then I put the scouring powder that we're about to make on top of that. And then I scrub with a scrub brush, okay? So that's kind of how I do that. I want to tell you real quick about a toilet bowl cleaner. I'm not going to do this because I actually do it in the toilet bowl, so it's kind of hard to bring it in the kitchen. But you can take a 1/4 cup of borax and a cup of vinegar. And this is the kind of vinegar you want to use, y'all. Just plain old white vinegar. Any other kind of vinegar, not as good. Okay, listen, you don't want this stuff in your body, okay? White vinegar, not good for cooking. White vinegar is good for cleaning. Apple cider vinegar is good for cooking. Keep that in the back of your head. So anyway, you just want to use old vinegar. And this thing, I don't know how much it costs, but it's like crazy cheap to use this. So a cup of vinegar and a 1/4 cup of the borax. Throw that in your toilet, let it sit for like 15 minutes, and then go in there and clean. It's awesome. It's amazing how well it cleans. Okay, so for the scouring powder, this is the one we're going to use in the tub with the other thing that we're going to make in a minute to help. It's going to have that grit to help it. It's incredibly simple. And I use mason jars to keep mine in. This is one that keeps because I don't use this whole recipe for every week. So I hold it and use it again the next week when I do it. So we're going to do 1 cup of baking soda. And I just get plain old baking soda. You can get whatever you want, dollar store, whatever you want to do on the baking soda. Because remember, we're cleaning with this. We're not ingesting it, okay? But keep in mind those fragrances we ingest no matter what. So we're going to keep those away. So 1 cup of baking soda. Now I keep my borax. You can get borax at Walmart and Target. I keep it in this old tub of mine because it comes in a really big bottle. And so you have to like have something to put it in. I said bottle. It's like a package. So I've got the borax and the baking soda in here. And now we're going to put in some salt. And I just use plain old iodized salt. Again, when we're talking about food, this is for cleaning. Iodized salt is for cleaning. This is just junk salt. This is the kind of salt I like to use, real salt, okay? So this comes from Utah. It's in this country, not like other salts like Himalayan salt does not come from this country. It comes from the Middle East. This has the minerals in it. So this is the kind of salt you want to use for cooking. This kind of salt you want to use for cleaning, just like the vinegar, okay? So let's pour some salt in there. And I love this, it's kind of, some people like bigger salt, but I like the finer salt for when it comes to cleaning. It just seems like it does a little bit better job for me. All right, this is my last one, but I got another one because I keep it around because I'm always cleaning. I'm sure y'all are too. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned this, but this saves money as well. So literally, I put the lid on. Let me make sure I get it on here right because I'm fixing to do something with it. Yeah, lid's on. I just go like this. Ah. Shake it up. Then I have it. So if you're in a house and you're not the only one there, you may want to label this or something. I keep it in a real certain spot. My husband knows where it's at, so he knows what it is. But you may want to label it in case other people in the house don't know what. So this is what I use as a scouring powder. My husband actually uses this in the sink when he cleanses the sink too. But I like to use it in the toilet. In the tub. So with what I'm about to show you, which is my tub and tile cleaner. So again, I'm going to use another mason jar. And I love mason jars, y'all. They can be used for so many different things. I put stuff, you can put food in them. You can like make little salads and stuff. So I'm doing 1 2/3 cup baking soda. I'll put these recipes in the thing whenever this is ready to go. But 1 2/3 cup baking soda. And I keep my baking soda for cooking separately than I keep my cleaning baking soda. Like, again, this is like a name brand, but I don't mind using non-name brand. I don't know why I have a name brand this time. It may have been on sale. I'm always paying attention to that kind of thing. All right, so here is, we got the baking soda. We're going to get it in here. And y'all, every time I do this, I make a mess on top of my stove. My husband's wonderful. He cleans it up for me. But he said to tell y'all that the borax, he loves when the borax falls onto the stovetop because it cleans everything so well. So borax is a really good cleaner, and he wanted me to tell y'all that. Okay, so we got 1 2/3 cup baking soda in here. And then we're going to put about 1/2 cup Bronners Soap. If you're familiar with Bronners Soap, it's got all these words on it. You can get this at Target. I know I've seen it there. I'm not sure if it's a Walmart or not. And I use the baby, which has no scent. But this comes in scents. It comes in like orange, rose, peppermint, almond. So if this is another way to scent this particular thing. Now this is going in the tub, so I don't know how much this would help you to scent it. But if you really want to scent, that would be a way to do it, is you could do it through the Bronners, or you can just add your own essential oils too, whatever you want to do. Now, I already poured this. This is 1/2 cup of water that's coming in here. Now, my favorite thing is about to happen. I'm going to move these. So we're going to put the vinegar in. And that's so fun because it starts making it like a science experiment. So you want to do 2 tablespoons of vinegar in here. 1, 2. And now it's starting to bubble all up. That gets me all excited. Okay, I liked it like that when I was a kid. Now, I'm not near an outlet right now. So if I was, I usually bring this over there. I would actually use this as an immersion blender. I use my immersion blender. In fact, I may be able to do this. Hold on. to get it all stirred up. You probably could shake it, but it would take a lot of shaking. So, see, I'm just going to turn on the immersion blender. Now that makes it really easy to do. And there you go. That's it. So what I like to do with this, you can see it's kind of like a liquid. You can probably see it coming off of this. I put this in the tub. This actually, this size for us, it does 2 tubs. So I put half of it in one tub, half in the other, and then this does 4 tubs. So I use this about every 2 weeks because I use like a quarter of it on top of this on both tubs. And then just, I usually like to let it sit there for a few minutes, maybe 15 minutes, and then I scrub. So about the same time, amount of time that I am leaving the toilet cleaner in there, which is about 15 minutes. I'm also leaving this in there for about 15 minutes. So once this is all done, I will put the recipes below. Keep in mind, you want to get the fragrance. If there's nothing else you get out of what I talked about today, please get fragrances out of your life. They're really causing hormone disruptions. It's shocking the different kind of symptoms that come from it, like missed periods, heavy periods, clotting, infertility, like we talked about earlier. If some people have something called mast cell, serious issues with mast cell. So keep that all in mind. And let me know if you have any questions. Thanks. Let's see if we can turn this off.